Well, howdy there, YouTube, and I hope this is finding you on a good Saturday morning, and hope this is working out okay on my screencast. I've been having a little bit of fun with it this morning, but I wanted to bring a little bit of a weather alert, and it's also some space stuff you guys ought to be concerned about too. I'll get into that here in a minute, but we're having a warm weather event here in the center of the United States. Today it'll be 56. Tomorrow's high will be 8. So these temperature convergences are going to drop, and it feels like temperature over 75 degrees in less than 12 hours. And I wanted to show you why. Okay, and I wanted to first point out, do you see any straight lines on this map? Well, you do see one, and you see it right here up through the United States, pointing right up there at the edge of this convergence. This is your weather manipulation, folks. This is your directed energy. I call them weapons right now because they are not under control of the people. But you can see clearly a straight line here. Here's a natural, well, this is the convergence that they formed, but it's not forming a straight line, is it? Or this here, or this convergence here. Okay, not a lot of wind out here, but we're bringing in a ton of Arctic air here overnight, and it's being geoengineered. Let me zoom in and show you again. You can see the convergence right up here, straight line. Now I can understand, as you can see, how the wind slams right into the Rocky Mountains and also the Sierras. You see this here, but this is a straight line straight out of Texas, probably coming from that same station that I showed you on the CONUS a few videos ago, that made the storms that came through here last time and dumped a bunch of snow and ice. And but now, like I said, 56 degrees, and our overnight temperature should probably bottom out to about that, and maybe a little bit lower. So we're at least dropping 50 plus degrees in one night. It's going to be an interesting night, and it's all being brought to you by Geoengineering Inc. here, as you can see. This is a directed energy pulse going straight up to the United States, creating this convergence line up here. Okay, and you warm up the air and you get it to move. Okay, warm it up, cool it off, warm it up, cool it off, you get it to move. All right, you can warm up, anything that's in the air. Okay, now through the chemtrails and aerosol injections, it's all weather manipulation. And I wanted to show you that it can be caught here on the new wind map tool. And I hope you guys invest your time to come out and get this new tool. I'll go ahead and copy a link out here for you and put it in my description box. I've been sending it around, but it's an important tool that you guys have nowadays. It's better than the black and white, because this one you can actually pick up the geoengineering attempts and what they're really doing out there. In addition to the radars that we have, they call imaging. I say they're cooking the atmosphere and ionizing your atmosphere as well. Okay, when you ionize the atmosphere, it acts like dust particles, and that's what can make it snow or rain. But this cold air coming down is this, the weather channels are trying to create, an impression like this is just everyday weather, and they just smile at you and ha 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 ha. So they don't want to offer up any real explanation like we're manipulating your weather. Otherwise, lawsuits would fly. Once you get man's hands involved and take God out of the whole equation, then those people should be held accountable when it comes to manipulating your weather. I believe that there's a policy right now being used for sustainable development. You go in and create storms and destroy places like 7,000 islands in the Philippines. Okay, I mean, you're just going way overboard on that and affecting lives that uh, need to be left alone, more or less, and or getting people, got to go to Home Depot, so let's create Hurricane Sandy or other storms that came through after Hurricane or Typhoon Haiyan. The one that came through was Typhoon Haiyan that destroyed parts of the United States, whole towns, right after it got done with the Philippines. And this wind map can show you how that happens. Okay, storms that happen out here come up and over, then come down over here like that, and that's what happened. Okay, there's your wind map. But just incredible going from bringing that Arctic air down just like that and bringing that warm air together. You know, it's just 50 degrees differential, and they want to just smile at you on the weather channels. Here we got Barack Obama just kicking it out here in Hawaii, ain't he? All right. I want to show you over here on the eastern seaboard as well, so you have a good idea of how that warm air is being sucked up over here as they create these convergences over here. Okay, follows the least path of resistance. But you can even see that straight line even at this angle here. Okay, and nature doesn't create straight lines. And there's, weather stations that are down there that can create the necessary energy to change your weather that extremely. So it's not odd weather, it's manipulated weather, folks. Well, thanks for putting up for me for 6 minutes. And I hope, again, that it's finding you well. And just stay safe. I just wanted to add that the reason why this is such an unusual warm weather event here in my area, being near 60 degrees, is that we just had 7 inches of snow, and that was on the ground yesterday. And overnight there was a lot of melting, so the temperatures are warming up overnight because of the wind. And as you see, like I said, we had 6 to 7 inches of snow on the ground yesterday. And you can see when it evaporated, the ground is still dry. Okay, a little bit wet in some spaces. So there's an immense amount of energy. We're talking about space weather. You see dry? Like I said, there was 6 inches, 7 inches of snow on my yard. Look, I had to come in with my plow and plow it up. Okay, got a little bit of a wet spot there, but the ground is still powdered dry. That means this stuff is evaporating. Thanks to these guys here, you know. Look at there. The guy there. Bad boy. Okay. Zoom in. I'm not sure how well I'm grabbing these guys. But 60 degrees. And then overnight, tonight's going to be back down into Arctic air, 8 degrees, maybe colder than that. You know, just pretty strange to me. And they say strange weather, I say weather, manipulated weather. And this moisture is not staying into my ground. Look at it. We still have cracks in our ground from the drought that we're having here in Iowa. I say the drought is still happening because, well, we get days like this, and it doesn't slowly melt, okay? Quickly melts and evaporates, and, well, where's all this melted moisture going? Shouldn't we have fog? Shouldn't we have clouds? Shouldn't we have all that too? Well, talk to them about that, okay? But I wanted to just show you a personal message. Like I said, 6, 7 inches, and you see where it's melting, where the sun shines the most, of course. So that's your space weather, and it's not being told out on your space weather channels. Okay, it's not being interpreted correctly from your space weather channels. Okay, there's more going on out there. Especially we've got fireballs now coming in. We have been having them, and I understand, and they're on the uptick, and so you guys got to be paying close attention to even your Earth weather and your space weather. All right, demand from your weather stations to have a space weather report, because that's where you're going to get your Earth weather as well. I mean, that's why they feel like they need to manipulate it, et cetera, et cetera. As these big debates have been going on and these peer review studies that have just been released about geoengineering and its effects. So we know what's going on. All right, and when they don't tell you on your local stations and stuff, I mean, they really make you out like you're an idiot. Are you an idiot, America? Are you a bunch of idiots? You know, I don't know. But, yesterday we had 40 degrees, which is a nice warm day here. And I've also been looking at the moon, too. Some things have been going on with that thing. with this moonrise and set. Uh, you guys look into that for yourselves, but I think there's something going on. The moon's right there, and it just seems to be moving a little bit differently than it's meant to. So there might be some other space bodies out there that could be manipulating it. Who knows? And and there's a lot that NASA's not telling you. That's for sure. You know, a camera glitch. Come on, guys. A camera glitch. Spacewalk camera glitch. You can't even get a camera to work. I'm getting a camera to work. Come on, guys. NASA and all its money that it gets cannot get cameras to work, and that's what we pay them for. That's our property too. These people that gather all this as an intellectual property and then lock it away into some university as if it's their information when we pay for it, you know, at the universities that they work for, you know, or these, gov slash corp entities, you know, that's our information. We get it first, then they get it. You see? And it's backwards nowadays. So have fun going and trying to figure things out on your own, folks, because that's what we really need some good breathing about. Well, coming at you from DeSoto, just thought I'd add a few more minutes to let you know that it's geoengineering, weather manipulation, whether you like it or not, folks. And folks, I only got a few minutes, and I had to wait till my family left for shopping. And I just wanted to wrap up this video. I know it's long, but with the space weather report, and I have you out here at the Emerald Spiral here. This is the favorite part of my map here. Here you'll notice the dates that it's going to, starting at 12/27, going through a 10-day loop here. And I just wanted to explain to you why, and suspicious observers would appreciate this too, why it's warm and then cold again. Okay, and as you can see, if you watch the date up here, when this warmth is coming through, what we're experiencing, what we're going to experience over the New Year's as well, and the cooling that is right behind it. Okay, now if they didn't warm it up, it would actually be fairly cool. It's kind of get an opposite effect. Okay, with the geoengineering. Okay, also if ISON wasn't important, as you can see, they are still tracking it, and it's following the electromagnetic lines now, as you can see, and the modeling is now going to put it on New Year's in a direct alignment with Venus and Earth. If you watch the time up there, and so we can probably look for some more interesting effects. Now, like I said, if ISON wasn't there, why they still have it on this map here? They did have it popping right up there on the 3D map, okay? And that would actually put it on a direct collision if it showed like that. That's why I thought it'd be interesting there. But and they're showing it going past Earth. Now, this thing, I understand, has a tail that's 70 million miles wide, if not more. And there's a ton of debris between here and there. When it went around the sun, first it got blasted, then it got blasted apart as it went through the sun. Now, I think the reason why they still have it on there is because there is debris. And because there is debris, I think that's one reason why the space station is having so many problems, and why we're getting these fireballs, folks. And also, if there's enough dust between the sun and the earth, it can cause cooling and immediate releases of energy as well as the dust clears. So there's a lot going on, like I said, in space. The space uh, weather reporting sites are saying, oh, solar activity remains at low levels. Okay, well, I just was showing you there, you know, that's not low level. Okay, that's off the charts right here. Okay, and so their analysis of actual space weather, okay, would we have our electromagnetic shields are at a quiet, and that can actually let in more energy, so you don't need an immense amount of energy, just the energy that's making it through will warm it up. Okay, or if we get a cooling too, this can start a cooling trend. Okay, so I thought I'd give you a little bit of follow-up on the space weather, wrapping it up here. Guys, take care. Have a good weekend.